Rolando Arrojo was born on June 30, 1968, in Havana, Cuba, a country known for its rich baseball tradition. From a young age, Arrojo was captivated by the game of baseball, which is the national pastime of Cuba. His family was not particularly involved in sports, but his natural athleticism and passion for the game led him to the local baseball fields, where he honed his skills. Growing up in the heart of Cuba's baseball culture, Arrojo was surrounded by talented athletes who had aspirations of playing professionally. By the time he was a teenager, he was playing for Havana's youth teams and catching the eye of local scouts due to his strong arm and impressive pitching ability. Arrojo's commitment to developing his craft led him to join the prestigious Cuban national baseball team at a young age, where his reputation as a powerful and precise pitcher began to grow. Arrojo's potential was evident early on, and he quickly moved up the ranks within Cuban baseball. By the age of 17, he was pitching for the Cuban Serie Nacional, the country's top-level professional baseball league. Despite his youth, Arrojo's fastball and command of the strike zone impressed veteran players and coaches alike. His career trajectory in Cuba appeared poised for greatness, and it wasn't long before he was regarded as one of the most promising pitchers in the country. Rise to prominence in Cuba. Arrojo's rise to prominence within the Cuban baseball system was swift. In the Serie Nacional, he quickly became known for his impressive pitching mechanics, which featured a fastball that regularly hit speeds over 90 mph, as well as a devastating curveball and changeup. By the time he was in his early 20s, he had already established himself as a key player for the Havana Industriales, one of Cuba's most storied teams. His ability to perform in clutch situations helped him secure a spot as the team's ace pitcher. During the 1990s, Cuba was the dominant force in international baseball. The Cuban national team won numerous international tournaments, and Arrojo was a central figure in these victories. His performances on the mound during the Cuban National Baseball Series and international competitions elevated him to stardom. By the mid-1990s, Arrojo was widely regarded as one of the top pitchers in Cuban baseball, having already won several individual accolades and championships with his club team. In 1994, Arrojo's talents were further showcased when he led the Cuban national team to a gold medal at the 1994 Baseball World Cup in Italy. His dominant pitching performances were a major factor in Cuba's success, and this victory was one of the highlights of his early career. Arrojo also played a significant role in the Cuban national team's victory in the 1992 Summer Olympics, held in Barcelona, Spain, where baseball was a demonstration sport. These victories cemented his reputation as one of the premier pitchers not only in Cuba but also in the world of international baseball. Career peak and transition to professional baseball. Despite his remarkable success in Cuba, Arrojo's ultimate goal was to play Major League Baseball, MLB, in the United States. In the mid-1990s, after years of dominating the Serie Nacional and international competitions, Arrojo made the difficult decision to defect from Cuba. His defection was motivated by the desire for greater opportunities in the professional baseball world and the possibility of pursuing a career in MLB. In 1996, Arrojo made the decision to leave Cuba, a choice that would forever change the trajectory of his career. His defection was a significant moment in Cuban baseball history, as it highlighted the growing number of talented players seeking opportunities in the United States. His escape was not without risk, as defecting from Cuba could result in severe penalties, both for the athlete and their family. However, Arrojo was determined to pursue his dream of playing in the MLB. After arriving in the United States, Arrojo signed with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in 1997, becoming one of the first Cuban defectors to make the jump to the major leagues. His arrival in MLB was met with excitement, as many were eager to see how his talents would translate to the highest level of professional baseball. Arrojo's strong arm and experience on the international stage immediately drew attention. Major League career and achievements. Arrojo made his MLB debut in 1997 with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, making history as one of the first players to defect from Cuba and successfully make it to the big leagues. In his first season, he impressed with his poise on the mound, his ability to control the game, and his overpowering fastball. Arrojo's debut year was marked by a solid performance, with a 3.94 ERA and 160 strikeouts in 190 innings, establishing him as a key figure in the Devil Rays rotation. Arrojo's success continued through the late 1990s and early 2000s. In 1999, he was named to the MLB All-Star Game, a testament to his ability to perform at the highest level of baseball. His dominant performances that year helped him earn recognition as one of the top pitchers in the American League. Although the Tampa Bay Devil Rays were a relatively young and underperforming team during this time, Arrojo's individual accomplishments were undeniable. He became the team's ace and provided a level of stability and leadership that was crucial to the franchise's development. Throughout the early 2000s, Arrojo continued to make an impact with the Devil Rays, earning respect from both teammates and opponents. However, as the years went on, injuries began to take a toll on his body, and he faced increasing challenges to maintain his dominant form. In 2003, Arrojo was traded to the New York Mets, where he spent one season before moving to the Florida Marlins. His tenure with the Marlins was less successful, and he struggled to maintain the level of performance that had defined his earlier years in Tampa Bay. Despite the challenges, Arrojo's legacy in MLB was cemented by his contributions to the sport and his pioneering role as a Cuban defector who successfully made the transition to the major leagues. His career was defined by his resilience, determination, and ability to adapt to different teams and environments. Final years and retirement. After a decade-long career in Major League Baseball, Arrojo retired from professional baseball in 2006. His final years in the league were marked by his efforts to transition into a more mentor-like role, helping younger pitchers and sharing his vast experience. While injuries had slowed him down in the later years of his career, Arrojo's leadership and knowledge of the game continued to make him a valuable presence in the locker room. Post-retirement, Arrojo remained involved in baseball, dedicating his time to coaching young players, particularly in Cuba and the United States. He has served as a mentor for aspiring pitchers, sharing his knowledge of the game and helping them develop their skills. Arrojo also works as an ambassador for the sport, promoting baseball in both Cuba and across Latin America. In recognition of his accomplishments, Rolando Arrojo has been inducted into the Cuban Baseball Hall of Fame and continues to be regarded as one of the most important figures in the history of Cuban baseball. His pioneering defection to MLB, his leadership on the mound, and his contribution to the global development of the sport ensure that his legacy will endure for generations to come. Legacy. Rolando Arrojo's impact on the sport of baseball is far-reaching. Not only did he establish himself as one of Cuba's greatest pitchers, but his journey from the Cuban national team to MLB also paved the way for many other Cuban athletes to pursue careers in the United States. His defection and subsequent success in Major League Baseball were groundbreaking moments that contributed to the global expansion of the sport. Arrojo's legacy is not just limited to his playing career. His contributions as a coach, mentor, and ambassador for baseball continue to inspire new generations of players, particularly those from Latin America. Through his determination and success, Arrojo showed that with passion, skill, and resilience, it is possible to achieve greatness, regardless of the obstacles one may face.